You think aliens will pilot spaceships to invade Earth? Wrong. If one day, a spaceship really appears in the sky above Earth, then humans least need to worry that they are coming to plunder resources. Because the civilization capable of interstellar travel to Earth, its technological level is likely tens of thousands of years ahead of us. Millions of years or even millions of years. And for such a civilization, the resources on Earth might be as worthless as a handful of sand right at your doorstep. Many sci-fi movies love to depict a scene like this. An alien fleet descends upon Earth, war to plunder gold, water resources, or energy. But think carefully, this logic actually does not hold up. Because what is least lacking in the universe is resources. The asteroid belt within the solar system alone possesses countless mineral deposits. Scientists estimate that the iron contained within an asteroid just a few kilometers in diameter, with nickel and many precious metals, could exceed several times, or even dozens of times, the total amount mined in human history. And gas giants like Jupiter and Saturn have massive amounts of hydrogen and helium. For a civilization capable of interstellar travel, going to a planet with a gravity well, has an atmosphere, and has native intelligent life just to grab resources, is actually the least cost-effective. This is like someone owning a deep-sea fishing fleet. They would not cross an entire ocean just to catch a small fish in a pond. Truly advanced civilizations likely acquire resources in ways far beyond our imagination. They might be able to directly dismantle asteroids. They might utilize stellar energy. And they might even conduct engineering projects on a planetary scale. A concept known as the DysonSphere was once proposed. A sufficiently advanced civilization can build a massive energy harvesting structure around a star to capture the output power of the entire star. By comparison, all the energy on Earth combined is just an insignificant, tiny fraction. In fact, scientists have tried to classify civilizations into different levels. Proposed the famous Kardashev Scale. A Type 3 civilization would be able to harness the energy of an entire galaxy. Yet humanity today has not even reached a Type 1 civilization. We are only at about 0.7. If a civilization could truly cross hundreds, thousands or tens of thousands of light years away, then it must be close to a Type 2 civilization, or even higher. So here is the question: if they are not here for resources, then why come at all? One possibility is scientific research. Imagine this: when you go to the zoo, would you enter the monkey enclosure just to steal their bananas? Obviously not. You are just observing and studying. To a civilization millions of years ahead of humanity, we might just be a unique biological specimen in the universe. They might be interested in life on Earth, in the development process of human civilization, and in the emergence of consciousness, but not necessarily in Earth itself. This idea is actually somewhat similar to the famous zoo hypothesis. This suggests that advanced civilizations discovered Earth long ago, but they choose to remain silent. Just as humans do not actively interfere with the natural evolution of wildlife, they might be observing us from a distance, recording us, or even treating Earth as a nature reserve. To them, the development of human civilization might be far more valuable than the minerals on Earth. There is another option, which is to provide help. It sounds a lot like science fiction, but logically, it is not entirely impossible. If a highly advanced civilization has already solved its energy, resource, and survival problems, then its goal for existence may no longer be expansion, but spreading knowledge. Just as humans today protect endangered animals and provide aid to underdeveloped regions, a super civilization might help those new civilizations entering the cosmic era. Of course, this does not mean they are definitely benevolent. Many people are used to dividing aliens into good guys and bad guys. But this is actually a very human-centric way of thinking. The real problem is we simply cannot comprehend how a civilization millions of years more advanced than us would think. Just as ants cannot understand the internet, humans might not necessarily understand their values. They might help us, or they might ignore us. The worst thing might not be hostility, but rather indifference. Because in the universe, indifference is often more common than hostility. Just think, do you notice every single ant by your feet when you walk every day? Most of the time, no. It is not because you hate them, but because they are simply not within your scope of concern. By the same token, an interstellar civilization might not view Earth as a target worthy of special attention at all. In fact, from a cosmic perspective, there is indeed nothing special about Earth. The Sun is just an ordinary star in the Milky Way. And the Milky Way contains 100 billion to 400 billion stars. Thousands of exoplanets have already been discovered so far. And scientists speculate that the number of planets in the Milky Way could reach hundreds of billions. In the face of such massive numbers, Earth is more like a single grain of sand hidden in a desert. This is also why many scientists believe, if we really contact alien civilization later, the biggest shock to humanity might not be war, but a cognitive impact. It means we truly confirm for the first time we are not the center of the universe. All the empires, wars, cultures, and dreams in history appear incredibly insignificant on the scale of the Milky Way. We think we stand at the center of the world stage, but in reality, Earth is just an ordinary planet on the edge of the Milky Way. And the Sun is just one member among countless stars. So if one day, a spaceship from the distant sea of stars really appears in the sky above Earth, perhaps what we should worry about most is not whether they will steal our resources. Because an interstellar civilization has long outgrown the need for Earth's items. The question truly worth pondering is, in their eyes, what are humans to them? Are we intelligent life worth communicating with? A civilization sample worth studying? Or merely a young species on an ordinary planet that has just learned to look up at the starry sky? Perhaps the answer is not as terrifying as we imagine, nor is it as important as we think. Because for the universe, the shock has never been the existence of aliens, but rather our final realization that we might never have been that special.